Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the D.Bell Sports Podcast. I'm your host, David Bell, and today we're going to talk about the draft. Now, I know what you're thinking, but David, the draft was in April. Well, I started this in June, so let's get started. Alright, so the Cowboys had 8 picks for 7 rounds, 2 picks coming in the 6th round. And of course, the first round was Mazi Smith, a defensive tackle from Michigan. Micah Parsons, Micah needs some help. He needs help, and he's going to get it from Mazi Smith. And apparently, he's really good at stopping the run, something he's done the last 2 years in Michigan. They might want him to rush the quarterback, something he did not do too much of, but we'll see how that goes. They're definitely using Micah everywhere, so this will definitely help him stay in one lane. So I was actually thinking they would go tight end in the first round, but of course, Dan Quinn, defensive coordinator, has some credibility there. And of course, they just got rid of Kellen Moore, so they're going to rely on Quinn as a stabilizing force in the organization to really help with that draft. And he wants to really improve the defense to help Dak out. So pretty good pick. At number 2, we have Luke Schoonmaker, tight end, also from Michigan. Obviously, they need to replace the tight end. Dalton Schultz is gone. But I was kind of thinking, not knowing too much, I was just looking down and I saw that Dalton Kincaid looked pretty good from Utah, and Michael Mayer from Notre Dame also looked like solid options. But Dalton Kincaid went in the first round, and Michael Mayer went in the second. So a little overwhelmed in this pick. However, I did have limited knowledge coming into this draft. And the more I've gotten into it, the pick actually looks pretty good. I think he'll be okay. The tight end room right now is Ferguson, 4th round from Wisconsin, Hendershot, undrafted Indiana. Similar in yardage, both have 2 receiving touchdowns. And Sean McKean, which I didn't even know we had Sean McKean on the team. So it's kind of like we have several tight ends. They all kind of feel like they're in that backup category. So let's see what Luke Schoonmaker can do. At number 3, we have DeMarvion Overshown. Very excited about this pick. I watched several UT games this year. Being a UT fan, go Longhorns. I am ecstatic. Now, he used to be a safety. He now plays linebacker, and Dan Quinn apparently likes to use safeties at linebacker, so this pick is perfect. He was noted that he could be a replacement for Jalen Curse, so we'll see. Maybe backup, maybe some playing time. But very excited. He's going to do great. Number 4 was Valami Vehoko Jr., defensive end from San Jose State. Apparently, he's going to help us stop the run, so great, if he can. That'll be fantastic. I don't know much about him, but the Cowboys told him that he had to beef up. And yeah, he's not in college anymore. So if you want to be a playmaker in the NFL, you're going to have to do the work. Being from the 4th round, you're going to have to prove yourself. He had 9 sacks last season. Looks like he's a good tackler. So let's do it. At number 5, you have Asim Richards, offensive tackle from North Carolina, and this is great. He played tackle. The Cowboys are going to put him at guard. So we'll see how it goes. Tyler Smith played great at guard. Tyron Smith is left tackle right now. So if we can beef up that offensive line, that'll just help out Dak that much more. At number 6, we have Eric Scott Jr., a cornerback from Southern Mississippi. Now the Cowboys signed another cornerback from the USFL to compete at training camp. But we'll see what this 6th-rounder can do. Career interceptions, and he has an 80-inch wingspan, which we know Dan Quinn loves players with big hands. That was the big talk a few years ago. But went to juniors college, worked his way to Southern Miss in the NFL, 6th round. So hopefully he has that mindset, like, you just have to grind it out and prove yourself, and I will be the best corner in this league, which, hey, that's great. We need that mindset. He also gets to learn from Stephon Gilmore, 11 years, and a Super Bowl ring. Trevon Diggs, who has 3 years, just got that big contract extension. And Darren Bland, who has a year under his belt already. So that's really good. The cornerback room has different levels of experience. That'll be great for him. A good learning experience. Number 6, you have Deuce Vaughn. Oh, the feel-good story of the draft. His dad got to tell him that he was being drafted. His dad being on the scouting team for the Dallas Cowboys. Oh my gosh. Now, I did see Kansas State versus UT this last season. Tough game. I know Deuce Vaughn has more rush yards than Bijan Robinson, 200 more, which is pretty impressive. He will be matched up with Tony Pollard, who is good, who's our primary backup, and now it looks like he's gonna be healthy going into the season. Rico Dowdle, is he good? I'm not sure. We need more playing time. Ronald Jones recently acquired. Malik Davis is still on the team. Hunter Lupke, who is undrafted, I have no idea who he is, so I guess we'll find out. Maybe he can be that primary backup to Tony Pollard going into the season. Seems to be having a good training camp. And number 7, we have Jalen Brooks from South Carolina. Now, some of our wide receivers that we've drafted late haven't exactly panned out. And some people said we would draft a wide receiver earlier, but it looked like earlier we were going all in on defense. So it looks like we snagged a wide receiver with an 80-inch wingspan, who 58 catches, 785 yards, and 2 touchdowns at South Carolina in 3 seasons. So we'll see if we can get him another TD. Now we have Gallup. He's solid. He's Dak's guy. We have CeeDee Lamb getting better every year. We have Turpin, that speedster from the XFL. And we just got Brandon Cooks. So can he develop in that wide receiver room? Hopefully. Hopefully he can contribute. He'll probably be on special teams, be honest, and then he'll try to work his way in. Was this a good draft? Yeah, it seems to be pretty good. Seems average to average plus, and I've sometimes been underwhelmed by the things that we do in the off season in the draft, but this seems to be pretty solid. If we can keep our momentum going into the season, I mean, it looks like we got a little bit better. I want to get so much better, then there's no dispute that we're going to Super Bowl. But man, we just gotta get as good as we can go, as good as we can get. I was excited to get Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks. I just wish once we would just go all in and trade everything and get 3 first-round picks, and then everyone would say, "Oh, we're going to the Super Bowl," and then we go all the way to the playoffs and we go to the Super Bowl. But that's not quite the world we live in. So hopefully these guys we got in the offseason will pan out. The guys we got in the draft will pan out. And we already know who we're going to face. We're going to face the 49ers, probably. We faced them 2 years in a row. We know the Eagles are going. The Vikings. We know generally who's going to be in the postseason. So we really, if we can beat them, we can go to the Super Bowl and then face the Chiefs. So here's hoping. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments below.